Put a slide back. How you doing? Welcome to live. But okay, I'll be here for an hour. Me personally, I'll jump on lives to vibe with people. Every which way you choose to jump on. And from there, wise, honestly, I do it for my YouTube channel, which I do upload, etc. Which I highly recommend anybody that does. If you want to take that lives in general, whatever you post, do, etc. I highly recommend doing YouTube. But definitely, next step for me, honestly, is to start doing lives on all my platforms at the same time, and then do a podcast. So basically, I talk about life, relationships, M's and R's, why we suffered. Keep it very simple, every which way. That's how my ink. Empath, narcissist, good and bad people, right, wrong, yin yang, whatever analogy you want to use. It's a trigger warning for everybody. And whatever you believe in, if you believe in religion, higher power, whatever you was raised up, that is half your life in traditional ways. But the downfall, if you go by traditional ways, I promise you will fall on your face many times, no matter what religion you start with. And you gotta be very cautious. That's why, as humans, amps and us, we die at a young age. Relationship destroyers not knowing. It sounds kind of harsh, but I give it 1,000. If I tell people I vibe with, like, yo, if it's not true, then tell me why in middle school, high school, which I tell everybody, yo, if you're in middle school, high school, you should not be in relationships. I know you got feelings, all that great jazz, but you don't know how humans function. You don't know how the head functions. You don't know how to read people. You just go by the books, the movies, the flicks, the generational cycle, the way it was taught that, whoever you vibe with, like any setter, you should be with them. The downfall, yeah, when you graduated, you already went through breakup, toxicity, you lost the V card, and emotionally messed up, and you haven't gone to the world. And when you go into the world, then it get hell of a lot worse because, everyone's body hopping, everyone's just, it's harsh, but I keep it 1,000. Everyone's broken, like I was broken and lost, etc. And it sucks, and then it sucks to say that, but you got to keep it 1,000. The idea is to figure out yourself as an individual. If not, then stay in your feelings, run from yourself. Like all amps and narc, what we do, run from our problems, wear them as smiles. Narcs can potentially change their ways if they choose to. There's a lot of stamps. We have narcissist traits. We do the same thing as a narcissist, and we can change most definitely. We can be fixed most definitely, but it all starts with who? Us, and that's it. Nobody else in the world. And that's why I was talking to one of my friends on Facebook. My Facebook friends was, yeah, welcome to Jump the Live, and we're just talking about it. She's going through the breakup wise, harsh breakup, and she's becoming from her last relationships. That's why I told her, you gotta be cautious. You gotta read people. If not, people will sell your dreams. And that's the shit every which way. And then, here on TikTok, #1 platform in the world, which I'm gonna call it. Yeah, the narc talk most definitely. Like, I started being a narc talk for sure because I believe my ex was. But remember, everybody in the world, everybody, look around you. Yourself, mother, kids, etc. Kids are learning stuff, but let's say I would say, like, for sure, if middle school, high schoolers on, you can start judging and reading your own kids, so you'll feel what's going on. But everybody in the world has narcissist traits. That's why I hear on TikTok, whatchamacallit, there's too much, the narc talk is good, but not everyone is a narcissist. And the whole thing with like BPD, which I would trigger a lot of people in this world. I promise you, that's what I have this empath narcissist. Good and bad people. First of all, everyone's broken. Everyone's codependent. Why? Because we were raised incorrectly, stuck in a gender cycle. That's the downfall. We were raised to fail not knowing. And that's why you have this narc war clashing. That's why I have both sides. Getting that was, I was towards the, bitterness, haters towards the narc. Because I didn't understand them. I did not comprehend them, how they function. Now that I know how all narcs, no matter if it's a covert, sociopath, psychopath, I know how they function. The 40 is 1,000. They're broken to the last dying breath, but they can potentially change their ways if they choose to. Be fixed. I didn't make the rules up. I did not make up logic, but potentially change, yes, be fixed. No, because that's the devil's disciple. But I didn't make the rules up. So that's why I tell people, just be very cautious. Read people, judge people all around you, and everything starts with you once again. If not, then keep running. No drugs, no alcohol, no psychiatrists, no pills. And the trigger on top, I'm not being rude when I say it, but I would trigger a lot of people. Not even God can fix you. That's what? God can't fix you. If you believe in a higher power religion, God's by our side, the devil's by our side, and yourself. No one knows you better than you, the devil, and God, and that's it. If you do good things, M side, God side. If you do bad things, incorrect things, narc side. Why do you think you're cheating? Why do you think you're abusing? Verbally abusive, physically abusive, you throw your tantrums. Why do you think all that negative shit, anything negative, the narc side. That's why, once again, all traditional last steps. Like I was traditional, raised traditional ways. I was hurt, yes, because when you go to relationships, the first relationship will destroy you. After that, every relationship you get into, I promise you this, it will destroy you more. Each relationship you get into, each body you lay down with, don't matter if it's a relationship or you do body hop and the whole phase is set, I don't give a shit what you do in life. Each body, I promise you this, as an M, spiritual last M, you will destroy yourself and you will lose love for yourself every which way. I promise you will. And then when you lose yourself to the point where you're doing falling to drugs, alcohol, pills, etc., to quote unquote fix yourself, all you're doing is numbing yourself up. Because you're high. You're high. You're either drunk, you're high, or you're on the pill because you need that pill because you're codependent of the pill. The downfall when you're codependent of all them drugs, alcohol, and pills because you think you can fix yourself, once again, running from your problems. You're numbing up the pain, right? Because you're tired of overthinking, you're tired of dealing with yourself. So you drink, you get high, you pop that pill. And from there, what? You're back to the red pill versus the B pill in the Matrix. Then what? The problems are waiting for you. They were just in layaway. Now that you're sober, coherent what's going on. The problem is like, yo, baby boy, baby girl, are you gonna fix me? Are you gonna run from me? What are you gonna do? Because I'm always gonna be here. Till your last dying breath, I'm always gonna be here. You know, and I just keep it a blunt. I just keep it 1,000. Like, I just try to simplify it best as. You can say, no, that's not true. Cool. So if you're not broken, you're not hurt, then please tell me that this conversation, I can vibe with you which way. I get about race, religion, politics. You don't get triggered. I talk about M's, narcs, X's, words. These petty little words will not trigger you. You will not get bitter. You will not get sour over petty, simple little words. And that's why I say everybody, hey, I would. Everyone's broken. Everyone's codependent. The difference is, a narc stays broken. A narc stays codependent. They need M's to survive. A narc can be with the narc for a second, but not for too long. That's because they know how they function, to not knowing. Traditional last M's, yo, we could do the same thing. So you got to be very, very cautious, and that's why, on this, which I love, TikTok 1,000, which I'm gonna call it. After I promote it, eventually I have it on my phone. What's up, mommy? How you doing, babe? Which eventually I have it on my phone, wise, on my ink, wise, because this is the best place to learn about M's and narcs. How life relationship with some M's and narcs, and that's what I have on my ink. So I got my ex's name. I let it go in 88 days. We got premeditated, because anything you do, for the most part, M's and narcs. Narcs, like, I would have to talk to them more, I would elaborate more with them to see how they function. But as far as the last M's, 90% of our choices are premeditated. That's how I'm premeditated. When we cheat, misuse verbally. Oh, and with that said, I want to do 2 TikToks, but I'll just do it. Some of them are here on there, but like, my homegirl, she was asking me, like, how come we miss the red flags? And I was like telling her, like, oh, well, there's a lot of reasons why you miss red flags. The more relationships you get into and you don't comprehend the reason why they failed, then especially when you're body hopping, especially, you go after a relationship, then you end up finding your face many, many times. And that's how you miss a lot of red flags. And like I was telling her, like, she was telling me that, like, she had a good job, good position. He was not really what I said, but he was like a basic position, And then she was telling me, off the back, she was like, but I felt sorry for him. I was like, there's your answer. What do you mean, there's my answer? There's your answer. You're doing good in life. You're functioning. You got your daughter. You're doing college, etc. You're doing smoothly, right, for yourself. But you felt sorry for him. So your standards are up here. Let's go scenario. Your standards are 500. His standards are 100, right? So you feel sorry for him. Nothing's wrong with feeling sorry for people. Obviously not. You can help them, guide them, heal them, guide them, support, uplift for one. Show mad love to them, but you can't fix them. I can't fix you. So I told her, as tradition, her last stems, lovers, healers, overthinkers, and what? The flaw fixers. So we think, know we can fix people. So that's the major red flag right there you missed, because you're up here at 500, he's at 100. You step down from your standards, your level, to his level, and you lost yourself. And then since he put on the fake romantic love story, aka the honeymoon phase, all the great jazz, you believed it. Like, you truly believe that he's changing, he's doing good, because you're making him feel good. He's supporting him. You're vibing. The downfall is he told you a dream not knowing, and you more like he knew what he was doing with you. And now we're back to square one again. And I know you just dealt with the narc, all the good stuff, like, potentially that's what you believe he is. And now you're doing this again, and it sucks and hurts. She's like, yeah, I just feel betrayed. I'm like, This is the problem when you jump to relationships right away. Even if you take a little break, the idea is to judge people, learn people, comprehend people. If not, I thought I might be rude to you. I said, but to everybody, how many in your lifespan, how many times you want to fall on your face? That's the issue. The idea is not to fall that many times in your face, you know. But if you do, if you have a support team, you'll be okay. If not, then it's gonna be a rough, long road. A lot of M's should be 98, 100, 90, 100 years old, 120 years old. Never understood life. They didn't understand what they went through, and they just accepted life the way it is, and that just sucks. And that's why, you know, I told you on TikTok about this, and definitely because we were going back and forth through DMs and Messenger, and I was like, yeah, I'll definitely do a lot of TikToks on here all about this, because legitimate question. Like, she's like, how do I get over depression? I think depression, you know, that starts with you. You know, hey, is that love? How you doing? It's alive. It all starts with you. I told her, like, why do you have depression? Like, yes, you went through the breakup, right? You had the betrayal. He was sharing with the females. You being mistreating you, calling you a hoe, etc. All that negative shit, right? And there's the person you quote unquote love, right? You know, you're caring for. But once again, I told him I might be rude to you. You was at 500. Now you went down to his level at 100. So you stepped down from your standards to his standards, and you lost yourself. You believe, because once again, as a church last ends, we believe we can fix people. They're down. Like, nothing wrong. Once again, nothing is wrong feeling sorry for people. The downfall is you help, etc. to a certain extent, but you do not date them. You do not get a relationship with them. Because I promise you this, you can't fix them. I can't fix you. You can't fix I. That is the flaw of all traditional last stamps. That category was I created, because I was traditional. I was here, because traditional basically is traditional ways where you got the V card, you waited, etc. Like gay jazz. And you're traditional, you know, you have your nice face here and there, most definitely, but after your first relationship, your first breakup, and you get to, and they basically from your second relationship and on, each body you lay down with, you destroy yourself. Each body you lay down with, you lose self-love, I promise you that. I suffer from depression. Albifi, help me. What, I'm asking you to elaborate, what's Albifi? Is that like a person, website, drugs, etc.? I'm asking, pills, prescriptions. But as far as depression, like I was telling Homer from Facebook, I was like, well, if you break down depression, why does anybody have depression, PTSD, debt meds? Oh, okay, so meds. So I'm not being rude when I say this at all, okay, at all. If you're open-minded, we vibe. If you're narrow-minded, I will trigger you. Me as an individual, I don't believe in drugs, alcohol, nor pills. So once again, trigger warning. So that's why I have it on me. I'll eventually potentially have to think on me on this portion. But like I said, everybody, no drugs, no alcohol, no psychiatrist, counselor, therapist, no pills. Not even God can't fix you at all. God's by your side. That's a trigger for the religious people. God's by your side. He's always been by our side. But with that said, the devil's always been by our side also. So when we do good, God's side. We do bad, devil's side. And the choices are what? It's premeditated. You want to drink, premeditated. You want to pop the pill, premeditated. And here's the kicker. Not really want to say this, but if you need drugs, alcohol, pills, psychiatrists, healers, therapists, etc. to the fullest, if you need them, not want them, if you need them, then you become codependent, then what? You're stuck. So without that pill, without that drug, without that alcohol, then you can't function. So you're basically codependent. So you can live on them, but definitely have nothing against you. But the reason why you need any of that, because your head's your best friend and your worst enemy. And I'm not being rude to you or anyone that deals with that. Like, yo, I'll sit there and vibe with you. If if I trigger you, that's not rude. Not being rude to you. That's what you have to deal with your head. Once again, head is your best friend and your worst enemy. You have to eventually the deal is to let go of your exes, past pain, toxic love, trauma, and childhood trauma 1000. That's why you have all in your mansion, your head, all the doors are pain wide open, which triggers what? Your PTSD, anxiety, depression, emotional breakdown, suicidal thoughts, paranoia, mental health, and with the cherry on top, what triggers what? The Amsterdam's kryptonite, overthinking. Yeah, see, that's the breakdown of that's why you have depression, because everyone that hurt you, each individual in this world. In your head, your mansion, the rapper NF, take a song, listen to it, scope it out. Each individual owns that room. And they eat the popcorn, watching a lot of you smile on your face, living there rent free. And it's up to you for how long you let them sit in your head. Because every time you bitter toward your ex, your mom, your dad, whomever it is, your coworker, your boss. I don't give a shit who it is. Yeah, they're living your head rent free, and that's why it sounds kind of harsh, but I tell you, stab people in the heart to get their attention. Like, they don't live in my head rent free. If they don't, then why you get bitter? If you see them, you get bitter. You talk shit about them, either verbally or mentally. Then they live in your head rent free. And the worst part is about it, let's say you don't even talk to them. That's even worse. Because you're so bitter about whatever the situation is. They did you wrong, mistreated you, cheated, hit you, whatever the situation is. They used to live in your head rent free. That's, you know, they beat you up. Oh, what's up, the champ? What's up, man? Welcome to the live. How you doing, brother? I'm only here for an hour. Literally an hour. That's it. I'm not going to be on for too long because, yeah, I did a mistake last night, but we went 3 hours. That day was to be an hour, but 3 hours. So very, very exhausted. So, but like I said, I got to do a lot of, potentially I have time to do a lot of TikToks tomorrow. I actually do a lot of TikTok responses. But, whatchamacallit, I was showing my feed wise, which I'm going to stop doing favorites because I have so much homework to do. I probably have maybe like a year's worth, or even probably 15 months worth of TikToks. And with that said, you know, you give, like me, I love to do responses, stitches, you know, etc. Because it's all about talking and vibing, and it's good material on both parties. If I do a stitch to your TikTok, etc., both the followers can vibe with, you know, vibe with each other, etc. And with that said, like, there was a podcaster, I don't know their name, but yo, they're pretty famous on there. Like, I will do some responses to them. And the dig in my comments, it was cool. That's cool that when you're these famous TikTok, I call them famous TikTokers, they got 1 million likes and like, I don't know, 700,000 followers. So I call them famous, you know, on TikTok, most definitely. So they're legit, you know, they're pretty up there, but the cool thing about it, they'll actually respond to the comments, you know, etc. And the beautiful thing about TikTok, I can take your comment, the positive, negative, we do TikTok and respond to it, you know, from there and just build material and so on and so on. So on there, one of the females, she was talking about like that she was in she used to toxic relationships. So now she's in a new relationship and it's healthy. So to her, it's different, you know, because she used toxicity. And then she catches herself because she used to tell you that she was catching herself like when she's like being negative. And she said, I'll start saying something, then I bite my tongue, then I fall back, and then I verbalize now because she thought that's the cool thing with the new relationship. I can actually verbalize. Before I couldn't. And now it would be altercation while I was yelling at each other, etc., right? Toxic. I was like, yeah. So I made my comment. I was like, I go, well, the way you talk, I guess the guy, you know, sit there and talk with her, vibe with her, and comprehend, and just elaborate, which is awesome. And I told her, I go, the reason why that's happening because he's healed more than you are. You know, both of you are broken more likely. I can tell you that right now for sure. And then from there wise, and I go, I'm not being rude to you, but with that said, you know, that's the reason why you guys try, but not typically emphasize together. It's a true recipe to toxic relationship. To addition, what I was saying in the beginning. With that said, the curveball, two hurt ups together, hurt people, can be a toxic relationship also. Because if you're 500 and they're 100, how long are you going to be by their sides? Because the person that's 100, that's still going through the trauma, anxiety, you know, PTSD, like negative stuff, because I'm going to go to the exes, all the great jazz. They're going to go through a lot of triggers, hella triggers. And then you're not out their head, so they could be y'all can be at the store, you could be watching a flick, you could be walking, and then, I don't know, a bird flies, and then a yellow bird, and that yellow bird triggers them because it reminds them of one of the exes. For a scenario, it's one of the exes, you see? And then it goes to the traumas, and then, you know, they start getting anxiety. And if they don't talk to you, like, why do you have anxiety? I'm okay to just get out of here. Like, no, but what? We were walking a minute ago. It was cool. Like, what happened? So I tell people, if you're going to be with a partner like that, it's going to be a rough ride for sure, most definitely. And then from there, wise, you know, the idea is to do communication comprehension, to elaborate. Like, yo, what triggered you, what's going on with you, let's break it down really fast. If you can, it's not no pressure on you, but the idea is to figure out what triggered you. And what can you do to work on that, you know? Because I can hold your hand, guide you, support you, uplift you for one reason, I love you, but I can't fix you. Only you can fix you. You know, and even when you say that, they'll get triggered. Like, and that's the thing, you have to be very cautious in relationships, because no matter the, you know, cosmetics, yes, you know, obviously you have to be attentive to your partner, right? Most definitely, but no matter the beautiful, all the good stuff. Look at the people in the world that have money, status, fame, etc., beautiful, cosmetics, surgeries, no surgeries, BBLs, all that shit, and they're still broken. Still get cheated on. They're still going through this shit. They're going through their mental health. But they're financially off. You know, yeah, most definitely. They're financially stable. Hell yeah. but they're still broken. And that's what I tell people. You have to be very cautious. What do you think here on any platform you see male, females, beautiful, banging models, etc. Right? And they do model, male, female, they model. And they're going through emotional breakdown, depression, suicidal thoughts, breakups and shit. And that's like, it doesn't really matter about looks. Like, for scenario, right? Typically, for the most part, females say this. They'll be like, they'll be like breakups, right? Or they cheated on, or their partners, gay or straight, is, female side. They're messing, they're talking to the females, talking to the males, blah blah, etc. And they always drop that line like, well, I'm way, those girls are ugly. I'm more beautiful than they are. And I was telling my homegirl, I tell any female, like, okay, check it out. Yes, cosmetically, obviously you're better than looking at them. Yes, right? But that doesn't matter because all you're doing is less than, whatever your partner's gay, straight. They're just less than, and that's it. You see? Cosmetically, pretty, etc. But he already got what he needed out of you, TLC. Lust. So his high's over. He knows, he laid down with you. These females or males, whatever he's into, he hasn't. Right? He or she. They haven't. So that's the new high to be. So they do what? Flirting, aka I call it mouth fucking, to be blunt, from there, let me get your snap. You start with the phone, social media party, then build it to the J-Dog entanglement. See, it's a premeditated choice. Amp they know mentally, I'm about to hit up homegirl, homeboy, etc., and see what I can do with the situation. You see? Premeditated choice. They are talking to themselves. And that's why, as individuals, we could do whatever we want with whomever we want. It's our choice. But the idea that I tell everybody, if you can't be dedicated to a relationship, don't be in a relationship. Do your body habit, do your whole face, keep it 1,000, do benefits, do what I did, etc. Keep it 1,000. If you know for a fact 1,000, you're not healed to the fullest, you don't want that, you don't want to work on yourself. You just want to chill out part of your side for temporary feeling. Just tell them, be honest, like, I don't want to be in a relationship for too long. Temporary, whatever, or you're like, honestly, just do benefits. The idea is, quote unquote, to fall back, be by yourself, quote unquote. But a lot of people can't do that because we have needs. Cool. If you want to do your benefits, most definitely, body habit, most definitely with your choice, but don't lie to them. Just keep it 1,000. I promise. It sounds crazy, but I promise you this. Keep it 1,000 with them, and that's your intent. And they'll tell you, what? I'm on the same page. I got my own kid. I got my life. I don't want to be with you, but we'll do our session. That's it. Cool. You're on the same page. You're both broken, yes. You're both trying to fill a void you can't get from reactions, yes. You run from yourself, yes. But the temporary feeling was definitely, it's a fake when your love story. It's just temporary feeling to this, So that's why I told her, like, that's why you're going through all your emotions because the narc just destroyed you. Now you're doing this relationship. It was quick messaging. It was really short, but I understand. I told you last time. It's a blessing in disguise. I know it takes time, but the idea, you're young, stuff, you have time. The downfall, you don't want to keep wasting time with the wrong individual. And that's the issue. If you keep doing that, then what? I told her, maybe with you, but how many people do you want by your side that they keep destroying you? How much more time, love, feelings you want to waste on individuals? And which is your choice, because that's what I told you. Yeah, the idea is to read people, judge people. I thought, but 0-3 minutes. I'm talking to you either through text, DM, whatever the chat. I'm judging you. Are you square or circle? If you're a circle, I'll still vibe with you, but I'll tell you straight up. Oh, you're a narc. Well, yeah, you're definitely a narc, man. And from there, let's elaborate. Maybe you're not a narc. Maybe you're a lost temp or a hurt with high narcissist rates. And I'll talk to you about the situation because we all have narcissist traits. Like, oh no, like one of my coworkers, a couple of days ago was like, but people go to church, they cheat. Like, yeah, just because you go to church doesn't make you a good person. Just go to church doesn't make you an angel. No, like I say, narcissists, the devil disciples. The devil cannot step in God's house, quote unquote, because they catch a fire. But the devil disciples, the narcissists can. They can be priests, nuns, bishops, teachers, presidents. It doesn't matter what status it is. They typically have money and power, right? That's what they roll with. So just because you go to church does not make you a good person. Like, I just thought, I'm going to keep it 1,000. You know how many people you go to church that are broken? I would say shit, like 98% of the whole church is broken. That's a high number, right? Just look at them. Yeah, the young kids, which are, they're learning, but they don't know what they are. Listening to each other, trying to get the snap, it should be on the disrespectful at God's house. And they're there because their parents condition the ways, right? And then you have the typically the males. Females too can happen, but mainly males checking out the young girls because the young girls dressing like they go to the club at God's house, and then disrespecting the partner, their wife, boyfriend, girlfriend at God's house. See, it's all, I'm just broken people everywhere. I'm a bad person and I still go to church. I love a joke. Right? I just robbed the bank, God, but I'll be here to visit you for a second. No, it's like that's why I don't tell me, I'm going to church. I really not. I go to church every day and head. But God, God and I were best friends all day, every day. If you want to keep it 1,000, once you go to healing, awakening process, work process, we're all God's. We're all God's children. We're all angels. Light workers say we're God's angels. Every hamster, God's angels. And the narc is that was angels, disciples, who said all the great jazz. But that's what you have to learn. Once again, back to square one. You have to learn how to read people. Repping right after I'm good. I'm sorry, repent. After, yeah. See, that's the ish. Like the whole thing with traditional ways to repent was definitely, which is cool. But the downfall is we keep doing the same thing over and over. You go to the priest telling your sins, and the priest like, damn. Every weekend or every month, every time I hear because obviously they see you, hear your voice said, they know you. Like every weekend, you tell me you're cheating your partner, kicking, doing drugs, whatever you're doing. Every weekend. And he's probably like, yeah, God forgives you, then do 10 Hail Marys, Our Father, blase, blase. And you're still going to do it again. You feel good in church for that moment, and for an hour or two, and that's it. After that, go through the door, you're a ruckus, body hopping, party kicking, being a little hoodlum in the streets. Awesome. Then what? That's what I tell people, like, you got to stop the idea. Eventually, it's like, if you go to church or if you do AA, all that good stuff, because drugs, alcohol, that's cool and all, but everything's on me, everything's on you. So how many years in your life, days, time, second, minute, do you want to keep running from yourself? How many more years do you keep lying to yourself and blame everybody in the mother, but yourself for your actions? You can't control people, yes, obviously not, right? Relationships, people come and go, there's no bullshit, it is what it is, like, nah. Fuck all that corner. It's more reason behind the situation. 1,000. The idea is to break it down and elaborate why it happened. Be it for the partner, coworker, friendship, family, why y'all squash the situation, why y'all bumping heads. That's the idea to at least try to figure that out. If not, then you'll be way more, not a competition when it says, but I was 39 when I went through all this. Woke, all, Neo, Matrix, all that great jazz. All this. It is to beat me, It's not a competition, but we're on TikTok, right? So TikTok has all the answer to life, they show tempered. For the most part, everyone's talking and vibing, etc. So, no experience says you have no, if you're on here, you don't have a lot of excuses. You can talk about your feelings, most definitely, all the good stuff, for sure, but I'm saying for the idea not to keep following your face. If you don't know how to read people, then ask people. Your friends, can you judge him? Can you judge her? What do you think about him? What do you think about her? And go from there, I'm still trying to figure out when the next stimulus checks. Right? Yeah, that's a good one. Payday. That'd be cool. A little cushion money, But with that said, even if we do get it, that's just from our taxes. Which in the beginning when they were doing all the stimulus checks, people, it was funny because like my coworkers' family said, they were just like, oh yeah, they're gonna give our taxes plus we're getting stimulus. I'm like, bro, no, the governments did not give people money. That's our money. That's called a front from our taxes. No, that's not true. As they said, I'm like, watch, baby boy, government takes, they don't give. They act like they give, but even if they act like they give or just quote unquote do give, did they give it to us authentically, willingly, with no tax write-off, etc., all the good stuff, or they do it because they know there's a tax write-off? They get the money back. They're hustling. That's the question, right? But for the most part, governments don't give back to people. That's our money, etc., but it's a front. So, but that's it. Don't worry about that. That's why I don't talk about race, religion, politics, especially out here, because too many butterflies and unicorns getting the feelings. Then what? I'm not gonna get blocked, banned, etc. And with that said, we'll do a TikTok about that. Like, yo, all you debaters that talk about race, traditional shit, traditional broken shit, in reality, race, religion, politics. Take that shit from your vocabulary. Take that from your TikTok, etc. What else you gotta talk about? You know, that type of yo. Teach me about life, relationship, separate M's and arcs. That's what we need to know in life. Honestly speaking, wise, because then you can learn how people really function. That they have to have one relationship, quote unquote. And that's it. But be on the same page. Be vibing. If not, then let the toxicity begin. Let the body habit begin. Let the emotion, the depression, anxiety. Let all the negativity begin. You'll have your good days as a couple, but all in all, it's shit. And it sucks. And then when you bring kids involved, even worse because every kid wants to see the parents together, which would be beautiful. That situation. The downfall is a lot of baby mom, baby fathers clash. Bring kids involved, even worse because every kid wants to see the parents together, which would be beautiful. That situation. The downfall is a lot of baby mom, baby fathers clash because they got cheated, mistreated physically, mentally, verbally. And that takes a toll on parents and so on and so on. So it's like the top people. That's why I even tell my kids, yo, don't be like your pops. Don't have with the kids. Like, take your time, enjoy life, travel the world, party, kick if you choose to. I'd rather not because that's probably gonna happen. But don't bring no kids in this world if you're not ready at all. If not, then I tell you, me, I got two baby moms. Well, baby mom first nurse 1,000. No expecter like not just the because she's not a mom. She's the person that had kids, and that's it. And then because she's not our daughter's life, etc. And then my ex, mother of my kids, I have respect for her. You know, we're doing co-parenting best as. But now, if I understand how we function, that's why I say what I say. That's why I promote the shit of co-parenting. So I love knocking on baby mom, baby fathers, just especially here in TikTok. You got all the baby mom, baby fathers beefing. Then you have the whole. I'm really bad words. I don't care for certain negative bullshit, but like feminists. Then you have the males, the alphas, and bullshit. They're just clashing. Like to me, the race, religion, politics, all of it. Remember, entertainment wise, anything negative. Drugs, alcohol, females showing the bottom, etc. Because that's what lust, sex, etc. Because sex sells, right? Race, religion, politics, this, male, female, all this shit. I'm just like, God and I are just chilling in our popcorn. Free entertainment. The whole world's broken. And look around you, you're broken. Trigger warning, you're broken. Everyone's broken. All amps and arcs are broken. The difference is a narcissist stays broken, codependent of amps to their last dying breath. They do not. They can potentially change, but they can't be fixed. And they are their own karma, because why? They won't ever learn to love themselves with mind, body, heart, soul, and self-love 1,000. Us, traditional last stems, like I was traditional heard, we are broken. We are codependent. Why do you think you want you believe you need your parents, your kids, your partner, the whole world to be by your side? Because you're raised incorrectly, the generation cycle, and then raised to fail, the codependency, all that good stuff. But we can change. We can be fixed. The only person who can fix us is us. And we can stop being codependent and become dependent. I tell everybody now, really, when I say this, it sounds hella rude, right? Because of traditional ways. Remember, when you start speaking differently wise, you call it crazy. Because you're speaking abnormal, quote unquote, not normal. So that with that said, like, tell me, yo, trigger warning. I don't need my kids. I don't need co-parenting. I don't need my girl. I don't need nobody in this world. I don't need nobody. Zip, zero. I just need myself. True, authentic happiness, unconditional love and support starts with me. 1,000. After that, I have to love myself 1,000 before I can love anybody in the world 1,000. I can't love for my kids, my partner, the world, etc. But I can't love 1,000 because I don't love myself 1,000. That's why I only need myself. I want my kids by my side. I want my girl by my side. I want all the amps and arcs. I'll buy with them too, by my side. But that is their choice. I tell people, it's not sound rude, but I tell my kids, everybody. See that door right there? That door is there for you can come in and out. Your choice. You don't have to stay here. And the idea is to, like, when people come and go in your life, especially like with kids, partners, etc., just keep up with them, pray for them for the best, and that's it. Trip, but don't fall. But that's why you be going through your awakened woke process. You can read as partners wise. You can read them automatically. you're judging automatically. Like, okay, like I'm 800, he or she's only 400. Like, I'll talk to them about them, but I know they're talking about the exes, the childhood trauma. I will talk about it most definitely, but I'm not gonna have it on my side because I know. Before my girl and I said, like, I was out there, single most definitely, because when you're single, especially like me, that type of I love to talk about yourself out there because you want fuck dating apps. Dating apps are corny as hell. Dating apps are full of fake, broken people every which way, man. They, especially the females, I want to, relationship with all this, the males. So, like, man, both y'all just be quiet as hell, man. I'll keep it PG, but yo, stay quiet. Why are you on dating apps selling fucking dreams? Serious shit. And I try to do the dating apps and freaking I got the same thing from majority females. Oh, you talk a lot. I'm like, it's called a conversation, but I can tell you that you're very narrow-minded. So I was having the heart, real shit. Thought I'd be like, because me, I was more ruthless then. I'd be like, stay broken. What? Stay broken and bitter. You cannot have behind the screen. If you cannot have a conversation, I tell them I'm doing my side communication convention. You're just doing communication. So stay broken. Have a good day. Peace, love, respect, and all good shit. Move on, see? And by me telling them, I triggered them. Oh, I'm not broken. I'll be like, if you're not broken, why can't you have an open mind conversation? And it's basic, no passing boundaries. But if you want to, we can do fucking chill and smoke and do Netflix and smash like bunnies. Sure, there's less. Because that will make life perfectly. And they usually block me. I would laugh at like, and another one. I'm just like, gosh damn, the world is the world that fucking broken that like time goes so fast that traditional ways obviously are gone. I was like, damn, the young generation, my kids' generation, all our kids, nieces and nephews, they're screwed. It sounds so bad, but they're hella screwed because Sneaky Link, Snap, etc. It's all on this phone. Lust, that type of lust is everywhere, but it's only a temporary feeling in life. Body out what you want, brag about whomever you lay down with, that's cool, but what else is next? You gotta keep body hopping, work on yourself or be in a relationship and be toxic. Do friend of his be toxic? I don't know. I tell you, like, I don't miss none of that stuff at all. But the idea, once again, is to eventually learn about you, work on you. If not, live in this world broken. That's why I love The Matrix. That's why eventually I'll have, Neo, Agent Smith on here. I don't know if y'all seen the new Matrix, which I love for the most part. So obviously, you have the Matrix, which is, Neo can fly, etc. Trinity can fly, all that good stuff. Then you have the Matrix, where obviously they're awakening set to comprehend how the Matrix works, aka red pill, and then the blue pill, which is 2D world, and the Matrix world is sheep. Yeah. They don't know anything about Emerson Arcs. They're just living traditional ways, and that's it. Doing everything traditional. People come and go. It is what it is. I dislike all those corny traditional bullshit sayings we was taught. Life's like a life's like a puzzle. You eventually put the pieces of life together. Like, right, but why am I gonna do that? Can you elaborate to me? See, that's the shit with people like Emerson Arcs. A lot of us don't sit there and take the time to do communication, comprehension, elaborate, especially if you know the answer. That's the shitty part, Like I say, it's highly impossible. I'm the only Neo in the world. There has to be other Neos in this world. And that's what I said many times. Anyone that speaks to my tongue to the fullness of 1,000, my conversations, do let's vibe, man. But if you stay in traditional way because, your mom, dad, grandpa, you're like, you woke, you good. But you help others if you choose to, but don't tell them what you are, don't tell them what you do. Just give them advice, get them going. Like, damn, but you could have done a lot more than that. I'll say this till my last dying breath, So that's why, like in the new Matrix, which I'm gonna call it, like Agent Smith. Now I figure it because I always say Agent Smith and Marks. Remember, every flicky witch. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Watch, every book you read, series, etc. Y'all is the good guy, the bad guy, and then the bad guy turn good in between. So that's typically your hurt, lost empath, etc. aka dark empath. But damn, we exhausted. But anyways, like, I already knew whatchamacallit, Agent Smith was an arc, right? So that's why he's always trying to stop Neo, etc. from him waking up. And it's the best analogy was going on in this world. So with that said, and then new part 4, whatchamacallit, so basically Agent Smith is a covert. Covert is like the nicer version of a narc, and they will vibe with him for sure. They'll even team up, and that's exactly what happened. Because I don't know his name. Well, maybe that's his real name, Dookie Howser, or just the series that I watched, Dookie Howser. But Dookie Howser wise, he's basically that's a sociopath, psychopath, narc. 1,000. That's why Agent Smith helps out Neo a little bit, just to be cordial for the time being to take out the sociopath, psychopath, because they're the ones that really destroy, take out, murder, etc. The narc, I'll say two ways. The narc potentially take people out, etc. If people get to them, if they get triggered, they're higher narcissist traits, which is psychopath, sociopath, that comes out of the covert narc. Curveball now, to the shit out stems, we have narcissist traits. We do the same shit narcissist does. So if we get triggered, like which I gotta do the. I imagine y'all seen the here on TikTok that Middle Eastern cat. Sorry, I'm about to get off in a minute, but yeah, Middle Eastern cat that killed his wife because she wanted a divorce. And you see, I imagine here on TikTok, he was doing like the Tony Montana, Al Pacino imitations and other whatchamacallit, not Johnny Depp, but Keanu Reeves, John Wick, he gets down. But he took his wife then, but they were in a divorce, wife and then the friend out because he assumed, he thought, didn't know, maybe there's evidence, I don't know, but he thought that his wife was messing around with their family friend, etc., the male friend. So he set it all up on his daughter's tablet, iPad, that he can hear the conversations, hear the guy's voice. He rolled up and basically put both, a bullet on both their heads. So that's it. I do to trigger people. Like, that's a narcissistic setup to get it going, keep people going, right? Because people will agree with that. Well, narcissists kill, yeah, that's their job. But that's the traditional last time with narcissist traits. We can do exactly what narcissists can. So think about it. If you just got cheated on, you feel like betrayal, right? And now your head's brewing. Any negative shit like I want to kill, destroy, beat up, etc. Verbally, physically of your ex-wives because now they cheated, they left, etc. That's your narc traits coming out, and that's why eventually the idea is to learn how to control your negativity, the narc side, the bad side in you. Why do you think you say to yourself that you're not you're a lover, you're not a fighter, right? But you always say, oh, if someone testing me, I'll get physical, I'll break shit, right? Like I used to say. I know, like you say, you're scared of yourself. That you might just pop off or just lose it, snap. Yeah, when you snap, that's what the narc traits come out of you. Why do you think a lot of people kill people by accident? Because the narc trait came out because of reactive abuse. And from there, boom, now they caught a case. And that was their intent, but since they can't control the emotions of whatever situation, now they're locked up for years to be. So that's why the idea is to eventually learn yourself and judge yourself, make sure you're good or not. Then someone cheats on you. Anyone, I'm gonna do a TikTok about this shit. Anybody that's jealous in a relationship, you can't judge your partner. I tell you, if you can't judge your partner, you can't judge yourself. If you're jealous, it's because you're jealous of yourself. It's because it's the whole thing with it's what's the word they use? It's you're for sure obviously emotionally unavailable, but I'm trying to remember. I'm so exhausted. I'm about to get off in a minute. But hey Kika, how you doing? Welcome to life. But I'll tell you to be cautious. So sorry guys, I'm exhausted. I'm about to get off in 5 minutes for sure, the most tops. But anyways, I gotta do this TikTok response about that because like one of my followers, like I said narc, and that as far as the situation when that TikTok famous TikToker, like his wife and family friend, like he said, like, well, he potentially be a narcissist, like you said, with potentially, but I got a situation with my ex cheating, etc., and just a thought, and I was like, I would definitely do a TikTok about that because that is very true. So you gotta be very cautious of yourself as an individual. Being a rest, brother. Yeah, I got up in 5 minutes. I'm done. I'm exhausted. It's because I did too much today. And with that, to me as an individual, like when I sleep, I die. I shit you not. Somebody tell your boyfriend go to sleep already. I know. I know. I work. That's like I work. Actually, my coworkers were telling me like, "Yo, how do you sleep? Like, what do you just like? You just comfortable? Pff, die. You put your time on your phone, and but you're actually like dead asleep." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm dead asleep." And then you just get up like nothing. Like I just need 5 10 minutes to recharge my battery for a second. So they're like, "Man, that's wild. I can't do that shit after being home in the bed." I was like, "I go, I'm not being rude when I say this, but it's because I overthink it and beats us up. That's why, you know." But yeah. Right now I'll get off the live and just lay my head down. Time to go, oh, good night, etc., and then die. I gotta wake up and that day, quote unquote. I still wake up in 3 4 hours to go work out, get ready, and then put my kids out of school. Before that, shower. After I work out, shower up, tomorrow get my hair done. Get it twisted again, and then get it twisted and either stay in Yakima or come back to work. I'm back home. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But go to sleep. I will. In 3 minutes. I have to go off like time. But as you see, I'm passing out on my life because I'm very, very exhausted. And that's kind of like the when you're walking in the matrix like this. So that's like the scary part. If you don't take care of yourself, sleep wise. I mean, I just shut down. Hell, for real, you're making me. So I apologize, brother. That pillow talk, Mimi times, etc. Yeah. That's how I work. I was the same thing. I was like, dude, I was like, you good? Like, I'm just exhausted. I'm ready for that pillow talk. They're laughing like, yeah, pretty soon. But like, tell you some, like, I'm gonna tell you. When I pass out, and I'm dead. Like, if I'm exhausted, I just shut down. Like, my body just, I have, like, not really what I say is, but like, if I'm exhausted and I gotta crash out, I have no choice. Obviously, like nobody has a choice, but like, I just sit down, get comfortable, and I die. Or to sleep, I just die. There's no more overthinking, Dreams, potentially, but I don't know. That's more like power naps, honestly, speaking wise. But, yeah, when I go sleep, I just die. So in a second, I'll sleep like a baby for 3 4 hours and do the routine again, quote unquote. So, yeah. Which I love the routine because I'm best in life. So, which is nothing wrong with doing a routine as long as you're comfortable with it and you vibe with the situation. Best as, if not, then you're gonna be very exhausted in general wise. So let's have your overthinking going because you had your best friend and your worst enemy, and yeah, that's gonna be a long process in life. And that's if they observe your people around you. If not, then yeah, everyone will use and abuse you. Sorry to tell you, but they shall. Don't matter, friends, family, kids, coworkers, priests, nuns. It doesn't matter. It's just because we were raised wrong to be nice to everybody, giving people 1,000 chances, and here we are today, going through it, trying to recover, etc. All that great jazz. Damn. So yeah, I'm about to get out west. So once again, if you have any questions, you can always DM me. Ideas about you do more lives in the day, and I'm awake. Not after work when I'm dying. But yeah, any questions? I got you guys. Life relationship, self-redemption, arcs, computer questions, every which way. So yeah. Well, have a good night, guys. Stay fresh, take care, be safe. Team Squares, remember, just day by day baby steps. That's how we can do it life. Ciao. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. Yeah, I'm best out. Later, guys. I can't even talk.